Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is Rev Trev, and I want to welcome you to the Canucks Predictions show. And I've got my friend Jacob from Doodle Hockey. How's it going, Jacob? How are you doing tonight?
Hey Rev, I'm doing awesome. Thanks for having me on your lovely show and joining up with your lovely community here, man.
Yeah, it's great to have you. So we're only on a 3, 4, 5 game losing streak. No big deal. Tonight, the Vancouver Canucks lose 6-3 to the Habs. We won't get too much into that. It's just another loss, another Tank Nation great moment. There's a lot to talk about Canucks Nation, and there's a lot going on. But I thought it would be good to reset tonight and we've been talking about doing different videos together. And one of them would be a predictions show. And so any quick thoughts on the Habs Canucks game before we dive into the predictions?
No, it's pretty expected. First of all, that crowd in Montreal is so much fun. They are as passionate as it gets. Like really, really loud, even in the regular season, so loud. And the game went pretty much as expected. They fought in until Montreal just said, you know what, enough's enough. And they just have so much talent, so much speed. And they're such a good young team. It pretty much went as expected, to be honest.
Yeah, in the second period, I thought the Canucks fought pretty hard, but they just couldn't sustain a 60-minute game. And it is what it is. I mean, it's not a bad thing. Losing is winning at this stage. And so, but before we get into the predictions, I just want to give a big shout out to Doodle Hockey here. Guys, girls, please take a moment. Jacob is doing incredible work, and make sure you follow him. I have his YouTube account in the show notes, so make sure you check that out. If you're on Twitter, you'll see his hashtag there. Please give him a follow because he's doing phenomenal content. And where is there anywhere else? So X and YouTube, where else can we find you?
No, just on YouTube and on X. I really appreciate that. That's really nice. Rev, you're an OG here. You've been doing this for a while. You're an awesome guy. We chit-chatted before I even wanted to even start doing Canucks content, and you're always so nice and friendly to me. So I really appreciate being such a good friend. And as for, like you said, yeah, I'm on X, I'm on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the Canucks regular season. So if you guys are watching and you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate having you guys join our community as well. But as you guys know, there's a lot of crossover with a lot of our communities in here because we're all diehard Canucks fans and we all get along. So it's really nice to see. Thank you so much.
No problem. My privilege. I'm glad to have you here. Okay, so here's some ground rules for all the people who are watching, whether you're watching live or later. I want you to join us in these predictions. So we're going to have a topic. We're going to talk about what we believe the Canucks will do. Not we can say what we want to do, but we're primarily going to talk about what we believe the Vancouver Canucks will do. This is the predictions of what the Canucks are going to do, okay? So we'll start there. We might even give our own opinions on it. But then I'm going to go into the chat, and if you go on comments later, I'll still try my best to connect with you after the show. And I would love for it to be interactive because Jacob and I are both, people of the people. You know what I mean? We're fans of you. Without you, this team sucks, okay? Because it's loyal fans that are the key. Listen, you've been watching games when we've been losing and going on losing streaks. You're showing up to streams. You're showing up, and we appreciate you. So we want you to be a part of this. So I know that Jacob would echo those sentiments, might even be even nicer and more eloquent than I would be, but we appreciate you. And so please dive in and go with us. So, okay, Jacob. So first question we have is the hottest topic in Vancouver right now. The Sherwood predictions question. Is Kiefer Sherwood going to sign an extension with the Vancouver Canucks, or will he be traded? What are your thoughts? So people who are watching, put it in the comments right now. I'm going right to your comments now, and we're going to see what you think as well.
So right off the bat, I think he's going to be traded. I think the Vancouver Canucks also think they're going to be traded. They're going to trade him. So let's just give you guys both kind of sides there. are we going to be talking specifically values right now, or you want me to save that?
Well, we'll start with traded. We'll start with traded, but then so I'm going to agree with you. I think the Vancouver Canucks are going to trade him. I think that they are open to extending him. They have officially extended, but they're not getting close to them. They're miles apart. I should say that Canadian. We're kilometers apart. Okay, we're kilometers apart, and I'm with you. We're going to trade Kiefer Sherwood, even though the fan base is divided on it. I think we will. Now, what do you think we'll actually get for Kiefer Sherwood? Mind you, he just got injured. Did he play tonight?
No. He's gone for a week to 3 weeks, they said. I do think maybe affects his value just a little bit, but I don't think, like, it's not a serious injury, and I've seen players get traded even though they had minor injuries before, so I don't think it affects it that much. But if you're asking me what do I think he's going to get as a value there, I'm thinking personally, so let's go with just my thoughts first. I'm hoping for a first-round draft pick or a couple of second-rounders. I think if you get either of those two things, I'm pretty satisfied. If it's a second and third, I would be kind of annoyed, but still, I would be okay with it. That's kind of what I think. What I expect them to get? Yeah, I'm thinking around that second and third round draft pick, maybe a second this year and a third rounder next season, and maybe some low end prospects. I would love to say they're going to go out and get a first round draft pick. I think he's probably worth it in a weird like way. I know there's other guys like Marchand. He technically went for a first because of how well it was. They had conditions on that deal, but it's just he's not a true top six guy, but he does bring something unique, right? He's a unicorn in the sense that he goes and hits everything. So I think that does raise the value. And Marchand got a second and fourth, and I think he's a better player than him. So I'm going to say the Canucks are going to trade him for a second this year and a third next season, and maybe some low-end mid prospect.
So what I keep hearing is that the Vancouver Canucks want a first and plus. So it sounds like to me that the Canucks teams have already offered a first round pick, which I think is wild. And I understand he has different skill sets, but I view him as a very good playoff third line winger. Okay, so if you can get a first round pick, just hit accept. That if we can get 3 first rounders walking into this draft, I'm very happy.
We do. Right now, technically, the matrix in the system, you know where I'm going to go with
this. I know.
The Ottawa Senators don't get the pick, so it's like we have, in theory, it's like we have 3 first rounders right now. Actually, Dave Hall, we recorded a segment together, and he was mentioning that to me. I didn't clue in on that because I forgot about that, and I was laughing so hard. So I just thought I'd share that. Yeah.
So if we can get a first plus, I'm going to applaud this management group because that is phenomenal value. Okay, let's dive into what other people are saying. So Jordan's here. He said, so happy to see that you have finally joined the Tank Army, Rev. I've been on it for a while. Mark is in the building. He said he believes he'll be traded. I like this one. Roberto says 2030 Canucks are winning the Stanley Cup. Okay. Mark says he needed to be traded like yesterday. DeAthlete says he's going to be traded for a first. Darren says he's getting traded. Roberto says I would keep Sherwood and trade Besser and DeBrusque. That's going to be a question for later on. That's a great comment, though. Sherwood or Garland would be a good captain. Sherwood reminds me of Mike Pekka. If we keep him, I can see him being a captain material. That would be, that he plays with his, whole heart and
he's
by example.
He's a true leader. You know what? Like, I know this is not about Sherwood, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Marcus Pettersson the other night trying to fight in a game we're getting blown out. Like, those are the type of guys you do want to keep around the organization because those are guys that are still fighting and scrapping even though, they know they're not most likely not making the playoffs. And when you see something like that, I really respect that. And Garland has also done that before. I'm not saying everybody has to fight, but I'm just saying, like, for him to go out and do that, Sherwood's a guy I believe would be a guy who would do that as well. We've seen him work just as hard when we're bad, just as hard as when we're good. So just thought I would mention that.
Couple comments that came in here that are similar. Said something I wonder about if Sherwood is injured for what. Maybe we're trading him, and that's what Jack says. And then Dell says, is Sherwood injured, or are they protecting him for a future trade? That is a great question that we can't answer, but we'll just go with what the Canucks are saying, that he's injured, and it says some people said he's out to 2 to 3 weeks, and I think Jacob already talked about that. So let's dive in to the next question, and we're going to go with the DeBrusk question. So do you think Jake the Snake DeBrusk gets traded? Okay, now because of your wrestling background, I had to go there, Jacob. So I'm sorry, but it's cheesy, but it's
no,
so
it's not
good.
cheesy. And Jake the Snake was an absolute legend when he was going around doing that stuff. And if you actually heard some of the backstory on it, like there wasn't one incident that the Snake legitimately bit a few of the people, like legitimately bit them. Obviously, I don't think it was venomous or anything like that, but still pretty wild those days. And yeah, do you still catch some wrestling here and there? Rev?
Rare. When I was a kid, man, and when I was a young adult, in my opinion, the greatest golden age of all time. I miss Macho Man and all those guys, Ultimate Warrior. But anyways, so Jake the Snake DeBrusk, we're talking about, not Roberts. Do you think he gets traded?
I'm going to go with no, because I believe he's one of the veterans I think they would probably want to keep around. Am I going to say that with all the veterans? We will get to that, I'm sure. But
we got lots of great predictions.
I'm going to go with no right now.
So the one of the reasons I call him Jake the Snake is not just because of the wrestling reference, is that when he's on the power play, he bites. And he has played really well in the power play. I like watching that. Since he's been benched, he's played well. So I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm thinking the Canucks may do it depending on what we get in return. I think there's an opportunity. I don't know if they will, but I can see teams calling and saying, "What about Jake?" Because really there's still a number of years on there. So I'm going to say yes, he's going to get traded. And I don't know how I feel about it, because he's one of those guys I like, because he's a playoff guy, right? He killed the Leafs.
Yeah, so, and he's played very well recently. He's been one of our better players recently. He does have snarl and bite in front of the net, especially since he got sat. Like, there was a message there, and he took the message really well, and he's been great. Now, the big question is, are the Canucks going to be thinking about moving any of those guys, let alone Jake? It's going to be a fascinating discussion. I think there's going to be more pressure than ever with this conversations, and it's going to start ramping up near the deadline and into the offseason. But it's definitely something to talk about.
Okay, we're diving into the viewers, and he says no for Jake. Roberto says, I say yes, he wants out. Roberto says that he goes back to Boston, and they get, is it Lysel? Is that how you say it? Lysel?
I'm not 100% sure. It's Lysel, maybe. I'm not
Lysel,
100% sure.
And a first. That would be amazing.
That'd be nice.
Roddy Piper, best of all time. Wow. I mean, best on the mic, maybe. Okay. Stewart says no. Marcus says keep. Dell says no to Brusque. But he's quite effective for Team Tank. Back to the Bruins. Darren says on the fence about DeBrusk. Elfrin says DeBrusk can't be traded. No movement clause. That all it means is he controls where he goes, so he can be traded. He just controls whether he wants to go or not. Japan 4 says no one's safe anymore. Marcus says if they get the right price, probably. Okay. So there's a lot of comments in here. Let's dive into the next one. These are kind of fun. This is kind of like rapid fire, you know?
Yeah, this is great.
This is why I brought you on, because like you're the expert, man. Like you're the guy who can like just handle the heat, you know? Like, it's awesome. Okay, let's go to Demko here. Let's go to Demko. When is the next time we see Thatcher Demko start a game for the Vancouver Canucks?
Wow. That is the first real tricky one. You know what? I'm going to say he's going to be back after the Olympic break. So I say he's going to be out for a little bit longer. A lot longer.
Yeah, so report from Trevor Beggs from Locked On Canucks Daily Hive asked Coach Adam Foote about Demko. His response was he's dealing with multiple injuries. He's on the IR? Yes,
Yeah,
IR. And doesn't know. Did he say multiple weeks? Did he say?
I didn't catch it, so
yeah.
I'm sorry I didn't catch that.
The point being is, I wouldn't be surprised if the Canucks wait until next season, but I think he plays before the end of the season. So I'm going to say end of March, he's going to come back. I think he's got some not significant. He's got multiple things he's working on, and they will not rush him because he's got the extension, because this year does not matter. So I want to say September or October. That's what I want to say. Is October when he starts the regular season. That's what I want to say. But knowing Vancouver, they're going to put him in the middle of March. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness, there's 15 comments. We can't get to all of them, but out for the season, Angelo says. Demko says, trade Demko, Jack says. Dell says, September 2026. That's Dell. See, you've got the guts, man. You got the guts. I want to do that. Elfrin says, after the Olympic break, trade him. Never. Darren says he's never coming back. Wow. And Japan 4 says, they better shut Demko and Hedl down for the season. Wow, there's a lot there. And Foote said he could be out for the season. That's true. It's true.
By the way, with Hedl, I think he's probably going to be back right after the Olympic break too. It looks like he's trending in the right direction.
Absolutely. Okay, let's move to the favorite player on Vancouver Canucks team. No, there's no controversy about Evander Kane at all. Every Canucks fan just loves him, wants to keep. Okay. Jacob, what do you think Kane will get on the market, if anything? There has been some crazy news about Kane and that they've been shopping him and they're having a hard time moving him. What do you think Kane will get on the market, or do you think that nobody will want him?
If they retain, they'll get a third rounder. If they don't retain, they'll get a fourth.
And you know what? It's not, the retain is nothing, really. Like, what are we talking about?
It's not much, but I do think the thing is, teams are going to they're going to penny pinch a little bit as much as they can because maybe they have a following deal, right? I don't think he's worth a second. I know a lot of people want him to get a second. I'm really struggling to even give him a third with the retention there. Maybe the Canucks will use the retention somewhere else. So that's why I gave two options there. Most likely it's going to be a fourth or fifth rounder, but I'm thinking there's going to be at least one general manager out there that says, you know what, this guy's going to be cheap, playoff guy, depth guy, worst case scenario, we'll have him come in. But yeah, so I'll go with the fourth rounder.
Well, we got him for a fourth rounder, and we took the full contract on. So I'll be with you, and I'll just say, if we trade him, we're getting a third. We might even go the other way. We might get a fifth at this stage.
That's possible. Yeah.
You know what? Let's be negative on this one. A fifth. I'm going fifth. Okay, I'm going fifth. I hope we get a third. We're not getting a second. We're not getting a first. All the people out there. I mean, if we get it, I'm like, drive, like, hit accept, drive to the bank, do whatever you need to do, drive him to the airport, because we got it. Like, that is unbelievable. So again, we'll be singing the praises of the management. Okay, so just a heads up, when we go into the comments now with everyone else, make sure you put Kane or whatever the topic is, so I know. It's like, for example, Marcus, what's the point? Canuck's not going anywhere. He's done. Trade him while he still has some value. I'm assuming you're talking about Kane here, not before. You're talking about Demko. I'm not sure. The athlete says we're going to get a third for Kane. Angelo says peanuts for Kane. Depends. If it's Five Guys peanuts, then sure. Those are good. Kane will get captaincy. Oh my gosh, Jack, you got to be joking, right? Kane might get a third. Yeah, that's true. Give us Podkolzin back.
You know what the thing about Podkolzin? I'm so happy for the guy because he's one of the hardest working guys. Even when he was in Vancouver, he worked extremely hard. A lot of people thought he did have a higher ceiling. A lot of people are saying that. I wish we had him back. And sure, of course, like he's playing really well. It'd be nice to have Podkolzin back. But there is also a chance that he's doing well because he's in Edmonton, getting more opportunities with better players and all that type of stuff. So
Totally.
I think it worked out for him, and I'm happy for him. He's a good kid, and it would be nice to have him back. That's not happening, but
Right.
It's like the guy worked hard for us here, man. He really did. Like he put in a lot of effort. They just trade him too early, in my opinion. Just the year, maybe too early, just to really see. But that's the way it goes sometimes.
Wu Tang says future considerations. Stewart says a 5th round. Lewis says, oh, by the way, Lewis, welcome. Don't think I've seen you on here much. Kane goes for a 4th or a 5th. Marcus says Kane will get a bag of rocks. He's a pylon. Kind of reminds me of an old Bertuzzi. Wow, Todd Bertuzzi. Wow. Angelo says 7th. Dell says Kane's undisciplined penalties drops him down to a 7th rounder. Elfrin says Kane with retention for either a 5th or 6th rounder. I thought I was being negative. Okay, we're not talking about Pettersson right now. We have a Pettersson conversation coming up, so we'll get into that very soon. Actually, the Pettersson conversation is going to be really cool, actually. Let's go to the right wing trade prediction. Do you think the Canucks will trade either Garland or Besser? I highly doubt they do both, right? Because they're our number 1 and our number 2 right wingers. Do you think, Jacob, that the Canucks will actually trade one of these guys who have term and decent money? Garland makes $6 million a year, and Besser makes $7.25 million a year. Do you think there's a market for them, and the Canucks will actually pull the trigger?
Okay, so your first question there, do I think there's a market for them? I think there's a market for Connor Garland for sure. I would even go out and say there's a decent chance you could get a 1st rounder for Connor Garland. I think a team would be interested in that. He's signed on a relatively good deal. He produces, he works hard. I think you can probably sneak out a 1st rounder, but I don't think much more. Maybe another prospect involved, but that's definitely a possibility. As for Brock Besser, much tougher because his big thing that's makes Brock Besser is that he is a goal scorer and he's a shooter. And today it was nice to see his velocity and his the amount of shot attempts he had increase significantly, which was good. But he's been struggling. There's a lot of confidence issues right now going on with Brock, and he's not having a good season. I think that's pretty fair to say. But the thing with Brock Besser is like everybody loves the guy, right? So it's really tough to go out. It really just depends on how this management and ownership and everything sees the future. If people are going to be sticking around, if they're going to be resetting the entire roster. For example, like, are they going to trade not just Brock, but other potential guys that are part of that older crew? And if they want to go out and do something like that. So I'm going to go out and say that, I guess, I don't know if it's a hot take or not. I would say likelihood Garland would get traded more than Besser. But knowing the Vancouver Canucks, I would be surprised if either of those guys get traded.
Yeah. I like that. Great comment. I'm with you. The Vancouver Canucks will not trade either one. I think they'll want too much for them, and teams are going to lowball them for guys like this. If they can move the Besser contract, it would be great. I think Besser would be really good on another playoff team as a right winger, a second line right winger. I think he could really produce. He's got some real grit to him.
If you don't mind me, not interrupting.
I don't mind. Go ahead.
Jumping in here for a second. I forgot to mention. So there was some. I have a couple of buddies that are New York Rangers fans, and before Lafreniere, it's kind of been up and down for a while now. And he's a name that would be a very interesting kind of 1-for-1 type trade. This is him mentioning this. I was thinking about it. I think I would do it too because of the age and just the reset. But it's an interesting proposal there because he's a younger guy. They put up basically around the same numbers. Pretty similar. The cap is very similar. A lot of similarities there. Now, Lafreniere has been playing a little bit better recently, so maybe that kind of goes away with that. But just an interesting comparable there. Also, Brock Besser has proven he has lots of chemistry with JT Miller. And so there's that. And he's a playoff guy. But the big problem here is the Rangers have a ton of injuries recently. And they've been on I think 4 or 5 game losing streak now. Maybe that kind of pipe dream is kind of gone now. But it's something that this Rangers fan kind of came up with, and I thought I would share it.
It could be one of those ones that happen in the off season because there's no rush for either team.
Yeah, and I think with Brock Besser, it's going to be interesting to see, first of all, with the ownership, with the management, who's going to be around, who's going to be coaching and everything like that. It's important. See if they're going to stick everybody around with the general managers and all that stuff. And that's going to depend on who potentially they trade, if they have connections to a lot of these players, or if someone's going to come in here and say, hey, we're going to just clean house and do something differently. But I just don't see a full-blown tear-down rebuild. And, it's so much up in the air still. You know what I mean, Rev?
Absolutely. So I think we're both saying no, they won't be,
correct.
But there's a potential that could be. So, okay. Japan 4 says Besser sucks. Get rid of him. I mean, he has struggled. Let's be honest. I wouldn't say he sucks. I think he sucks for us right now. Garland might be the better asset to trade over Besser. Angel says Garland for sure. Japan 4 says we need to keep Garland. Roberto says I'd pull the trigger and trade Besser. Hasn't scored a goal in 27 games. I think it's only 20, isn't it? 21?
But it's quite a bit. It's been a while. His confidence is really low right now.
Yeah. Firefighters, imagine having 5 to 7 first-round picks.
Lovely.
Well, and if you get them not to retain salary, it's like all of a sudden it's like really.
But do you know what's funny? You don't want to have them all in the same year either, because then they're all going to have contracts around the same year, and they're all going to have to get extended in the same year. So if you're going to trade for a lot of these, and if you want to get a lot of these first rounders, I always said get one for this year, and then get one for the year next year, and then the next year and next year, and do kind of what Utah did. And I know they're not lighting the world on fire, but a lot of other teams rebuilding, that's what they did, and look, they're getting huge dividends because of it. So just something else to think about.
Okay, 2 more. Garland would be better trade bait. No one wanted Besser except the Canucks based on his play alone. Garland is captain material. Besser foot speed is too much of a factor. Well, just wait. I want to push back, Del, on this one for a second. I think there was other teams that wanted Besser, but we backtracked before he went to the market. We came back right before July 1st happened, if I know the story correctly, and he said yes to stay. So it came out after July 1st, I believe. Am I right on that, Jacob, or am I wrong?
So you know what? My memory is so bad. I don't remember, so I'm not going to just say anything. I don't remember. I forgot. I'm getting old, man. I'm almost 40 now.
No, it's fine. I get it.
I'm getting older. I shouldn't say old, just in case there's people older, but yeah.
Okay, Vast Vegas says trade Garland while his value is higher, keep Besser. This is a really popular question we asked. So, and Adam Lee comes in with a Kempner Canucks membership. Thank you so much. Just a heads up, if I can find it, new emojis just came out for everyone. These are the 4 brand new ones. If you're a Canucks member,
Team Tank, that's funny.
So Elfrin gets it. He's now a member for this month. You can use these right now, Elfrin. Team Tank, Sherwood, Brockstar, and Booyam. So you can get these emojis and start using them right away. So that's kind of fun.
Team Tank, that's great. It should be in Canucks colors.
Yeah, you're right. I should have it there. Well, I thought the background and the.
Oh yeah, I guess that works.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So, what am I doing here? I need to do this. Okay, let's dive into this. Okay, so the next one, I'm loving these. I love your takes, Jake and Jacob, and I also like what people are saying. Okay, we're gonna do a Canucks trade prediction. You came up with this one. I love this one. Do you think the Canucks will make another major trade before the Olympic break? Now, I'm going to go first, and I'm going to say, yes, absolutely. Rutherford always goes early. He's doing it. And I don't know, but you said major trade. So I'll
major,
say,
I guess major would be into, do you think either Petey, Garland, DeBrusque, who's the other one? Besser, or that's it, right? That's about it. Oh, Demko. If one of the, I guess that's what would be considered major, if one of those 5 guys. Because I don't think Sherwood is considered major because of, well, he's going to get traded. Yeah, I guess technically, but I'm talking about like major surprise maybe trade before the Olympic break. So you said, what did you say? You said no? Or you said yes?
I said, yes, we are.
Yeah.
I said, yes, we are.
I'm going to go.
We're definitely going to. We're definitely going to.
I'm going to go with no.
Okay, sounds good. Let's dive in real quick to what. Go ahead.
But I do think we will make another major trade by the trade deadline.
I hope you're right. Oh, Alfred's already started. He's already started with the team tank. Come on. There we go. It's already working. Okay. Adam Lee, he's with you.
That is awesome, man. He comes on our channel here
let's
too.
See.
He's an awesome guy.
After the Olympics, Angelo says, a lot of people are saying trade them all. Pedersen's gone. I don't think so. But anyways, okay. So last one is hopefully they'll trade guys for like Hedl, 1 hit away from retirement. I think it's going to be really tough to do. Demko for a Whopper Junior meal. Wow. Okay. So they didn't really answer the question. They didn't answer the question, but we'll move on because maybe that one's a little too controversial. Okay. Now I want to make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay. We got a few more big ones here. Okay. By the way, the last one, I should have said this at the beginning of the video. The last one is, in my opinion, the most fun. So we're now getting into an EP40 question. I think there's 2 EP40 questions that I have. Where did I put the second one? Okay, we're going to start with this one, and I'll try to find it while you're answering, okay? So EP40 prediction. How many points do you think EP40 will get this season? He has 27 points in 37 games at the moment. You tell me, what do you think?
For the Canucks or for another team?
Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna go and say he's going to go. Ooh, so that would be. I'm going to say he gets another. I'll say he has a little bit better of a second. I'll go 30 points remain. 33. Let's go 33 points with the remaining games.
33 points to the remaining games. Okay, let's see. So that would make it what? 70?
Yeah, so 33, what was that?
No, he has 27 points. No. Ooh, that's worse. That's like 60 points, right? 60 points this season.
I don't think he's had a bunch of injuries too, right?
I knew he missed 8 games.
Yeah, so that would be just 60 and something. What's that? 37. What game are we on right now?
We are on game. I have the answer to that question because it's coming up here. We have played 45 games.
45. So and he's had 37 of those played. So
he's missed 8
I'll,
games.
I'll say, you know what? Then I'll raise it a bit. I'll say he's going to get 35 points for the rest of the season if he stays healthy.
I said that he was going to get 79 points this season.
I had him at over 80.
So I know there's a lot of people who picked 90, 100.
I had a couple people on our channel. They were saying literally 100 plus, and I'm like, I think I had Quinn Hughes at like 97 or something. Oh
Yeah,
man, I was way too
we all
optimistic
were.
with this team.
No one predicted we'd be dead last.
I
Like,
had them at
nobody.
97 points this year. I had them easily. Was my drooling or something? I'm having a no. It's like this. I'm drinking this Gatorade Zero, and it's like sticking to my lips or something. It's weird. But yeah, I had them at 97 points, and let's go. I'll go 35 points for PD. Yeah, sure. Let's give him a couple points.
I'm gonna say he's gonna get 40 points by the end of the 40 more points, so he'll be at 67 points. That is awful.
Steiner
That is
math. That's a wrestling joke, by the way, for people. That's for me as well. I
Okay.
can't do math.
So I screwed up the math and then corrected myself.
No,
Okay.
I have no idea. My math is terrible too. That's the Steiner
No,
math.
it's 40 plus
look up
27.
when you're
is
bored.
67.
You know, when you're bored, Rev, go on YouTube and type in Steiner math. You understand what I'm saying.
Okay,
It's really
sounds
funny.
good.
It's really funny.
Okay, so another Pedersen prediction. This has to do with the Olympics. Do you think EP? Oh, wait a minute! I forgot to ask people in the comments. Let's see. Oh, there's no one that said anything about him. Oh no, wait a minute. Number 40 couldn't play well in a Latvian league. Wow, the hate is real.
A little higher. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
PD was on pace for less than 60 points. Big Tang Warrior says, Big Tang Warrior, are you saying 50 more points or total? Total. Is that the question? How many more? Or how many points does he get?
Second half, right?
How many points do you think EP40 will get this season? Yes. So that's 50 total. Holy. You might be right. That's awful. That's true.
Yeah, I think he'll get more than 50. We'll see.
60, 40. Everyone's lower than us, man.
Maybe they thought he'd get 40 more. Maybe that's what they're saying.
Maybe 40, 70, 90. Stewart says. Wow. Okay.
Stewart's a big PD guy. Nice.
Okay.
I was too. Remember our debate earlier on this season?
Oh yeah. Okay. For sure.
We were half right, both of us.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So let's dive in. Japan 4, though, gets the last one, minus 34. Or minus 34, yeah. Wow. The membership. And another membership comes in from, not there. Adam Lee again. Thank you. And Firefighter gets the membership, and he can dive in right now and start using the emojis. Go for it right now. These things are beauties.
Team Tank.
Let's use them. Put them in the chat right now, Firefighter. You got this. Bulliam, Brockstar, Sherwood, Team Tank. There's Canucks win, but we didn't win, so don't use that one. There's a couple more that are in there as well.
I really need to do some of these emojis.
Well, once you get to 1,000 subscribers, you can do that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So, I forgot when that is. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll be able to do it real soon. They're kind of fun, except for I had like JT Miller and Quinn Hughes on them, and like then they get traded, and then I had to make new ones.
So basically, everybody that's on there, they get traded. So put Sherwood on there. What else can you put on there, Brock?
I know that's the problem. Okay, so let's dive into the next one, and I think I already brought it up, so people will see. Let's see. Did I do the Olympics one yet? No, I haven't. Pedersen, Olympics prediction. Do you think EP40 will have a big Olympics? Yes or no, or explanation?
Where is he playing in the lineup? Is he playing on the top power play unit? Is he playing on top of the lineup?
I don't think so.
Yes. If he's not, I'm going to say, I think, you know what? I'll say he does pretty good. I'll say not enough that people will be upset about, but not good enough that he was amazing either. I'll say he had a good Olympics. Yes, that's a dog. That is my lovely dog. He's hanging out with us right now.
So do you think EP40 will have a big Olympics? My answer is no, it won't be big. I think it will be, why? Oh, this keeps, oh my God, I got this on a timer. Stop it. I hate timers. Okay. Whatever. We got it for 10 seconds. Okay, gotta go real fast. Do you think he'll be for? No. He'll have a better Olympics than last year, but he will not have a big one. That's my opinion. Okay. Let's see what everyone else says. $11 million man, biggest heist in Vancouver Canucks history. That if he does not turn around, you're right. If he does turn around your thing, Elford says no, same performance level like the Four Nations is my prediction. He's saying that EP40 will not have a good Olympics unless he's playing with Madagascar. What are we talking about here? I don't know what that means. Is he literally talking about Madagascar? Did they make the Olympics? That's King Julian. Are we talking about that? I don't know. EP40 will be an alternate on the bench. I don't think so. I think he's gonna play third line, if not second line. I think he'll be second line. He'll play, and you know what? I'm with you. He might actually play power play minutes because he's pretty good on the power play. We'll see. Like, is Kempe?
He'll get power play minutes. The question is, will he get that top unit spot? That's the big question.
Yeah,
he has to be better than last time and then the Four Nations. Like, apparently he had an injury during that time too. So I don't know. Well, I think he'll have a better Olympics for sure. Also, it's the Olympics, man. Like, if you can't get up for the Olympics, like, what are we doing here? You know?
No problem. Adam, I'm sorry for the hate, but love Kemp and Doodle. No, you're welcome to tell us how you honestly feel. I don't mind that. You're welcome to there. Darren says no, he will not have a good Olympics. Probably won't get many minutes, but he got at the Four Nations. And then Mark says he will be okay, but won't stand out. Unless he's playing against Madagascar. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next one. My internet might be glitching out here, so I'm hoping that it's okay. Good. I hope it's okay on your end.
It's pretty. It's like 99% okay. It's no problem.
Uh-oh.
Right when I said it. No, we're good. We're good.
It might go just to you, Jacob, by the way.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, so just a couple more and we're done. Okay. We're at 42 minutes. We're doing pretty good. Okay. This one's an interesting one. Canucks standings prediction. How many points do you think the Canucks will get this season? They have 37 points in 45 games.
How many points do I think the Canucks will get this season? What would be considered like really bad? Like 75?
I'll tell you right now. I'm just going to bring it up.
Last season, what was the worst?
I'm going last season. And it says 24-25. Is that correct? It was. Oh, that must be. What? How come this is weird? The Sharks had 52. The Blackhawks said 61.
I'll go with 64 points.
You know what? You're probably right. We're at 30. We're at 40. No, 37. We still have. We only have 35. 30. How many more games we got? 30. Okay. So I'm going to say we'll end up with. Stupid internet sucks right now. I think all my kids are online. They're streaming video games. This is not good.
Back in the 56K internet days.
Okay.
Remember
you said.
Remember those days?
Yeah, I know. It's only dial-up.
On no telephone and it canceled everything. That was pretty funny.
Okay, here's the thing. So you said 64. I think you're going to be right. You're going to be around there. I'll be more negative. I'll say 61 games because Demko's not coming back for a while. So I'm going to do 61. It should be higher than that though. Knowing the Vancouver Canucks is going to be 70. You know what I mean? And we're going to screw this up. Okay.
Or 67.
Okay, I'm going to just see if anyone else. I mean, other people are having problems too. So, all right.
You know what that means?
52.
I don't even know what it means. I just
You mean 6'7"? That's what you're talking about? 6'7". Let's go. Okay. 45. This is nuts. 70. Todd says. Stuart says 66. Cliff says 72. Elfrin says 37 more games left. 76 points this season. Mike says, I thought I'm like, no, it's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. Dell said, sorry, I meant 69. Marcus says 63. And Firefighter says the Canucks had some good stretches this season. Those days are gone. Canucks will finish with 50 to 60 points max. Guys, if they finish with 50 points, it might be one of the worst seasons in NHL history, but just saying.
Very impressive.
Yeah. 63. And then the last two, if they come up and my internet stays live here, I think we're dying here, is big winning streak coming up in March and on pace for 71, if that. Okay. So, and then, of course, Philip jumps in and says, team tank, 74. Okay, last question of the night before my internet totally crashes and burns is this. This is my favorite one, by the way.
Exciting.
Draft predictions. What player do you think the Canucks will draft if they get it in the top 4 picks?
Okay.
So this.
Hello? Emergency.
This is frustrating.
It's okay. It's okay.
We're back.
We're back. Team Tank just disconnected the feed. All right.
Okay, so Jacob, you start us off.
All right, I'll start this off then. If we pick first overall, we are gonna draft Gavin McKenna over Stenberg because I believe that, first of all, I think he's the best player in the draft. I know that can be heavily debated. I'm not putting as much stock into the World Juniors as many people have. And I think both are going to be great players. I just think the upside, maybe he's not going to be as quick as someone like Bedard or Celebrini or anything like that, but give him like 4 or 5 years, give him a little bit more time, and I think he's going to have extremely star-level talent. Maybe not that high, but still star-level talent. And also the marketing alone. It's such an easy marketing play for Vancouver. If they're going to have a rebuild, they need to have a face for that rebuild, and he would be the face of the rebuild. So that's my first thing. As if we're not picking number 1 or number 2 and we're picking in the 3rd plus range, I would think they're going to go with either Lawrence if they want a center, or they go with Ethan and they really go interesting with the reset and get the 6'5" power forward winger, the Tom Wilson type clone. Maybe not as physical, but just go with that and kind of reset that whole top 6. Even though, Verhoff and Reed are available there on defense. So I'm going to go McKenna. And if we get a 3rd pick, it's going to be either Lawrence or Ethan there.
I hear what you're saying. I actually don't think that's a bad take. That's actually a pretty smart take. I'm thinking it depends what they want. Do they want a center? Do they want a winger? If they want a center, they're going to take that Tyron Lawrence. And if they get the 1st overall pick and they want a center and they go take Tyron Lawrence, this fan base and the NHL is going to probably lose their minds unless he pans out. I say they're going to take Stenberg first, McKenna second. If they get 2nd pick and Stenberg goes first, and then they'll have Lawrence 3rd and Verhoff 4. That's my prediction of what the Canucks. That's how they'll rank them. I could be wrong. There might be another guy that jumps in. There's a lot that can change from here to there. So, but I think Stenberg, just with the Swedish connection, they're used to helping Swedish players transition to Vancouver. And I think Stenberg's a very good player. McKenna, if it was me, I would pick McKenna number 1. And then, but I mean, that Lawrence kid might jump, man. He might jump.
Rev,
So,
one of the guys,
that's a tough
from,
one.
on the right side there, I think it's Elfnerd, right? He said, I just want to answer him because it's an interesting one. He said, given McKenna 4 to 5 years, that's too long for his development. Usually once the top 3 is drafted, they take a year or two before they start playing in the NHL. I want to make this clear. I'm not saying before he's going to play in the NHL. I'm talking about when he reaches that level of elite status. I think he will be in the NHL within a couple of years, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a slower development curve for him compared to someone like Bedard, who did it in his second year, and Celebrini, who was even very good in his first year. I think before he reaches that kind of star level talent, you're looking at year 4, maybe even 3 to 4, and worst case scenario 5. I think he has enough talent there. I just think it's going to take a little bit longer to reach that ceiling, not so much for him to make the NHL. I just wanted to clarify that.
I agree. Okay, so the fans are saying, Alfred says, I think Canucks get Stenberg. Darren says Stenberg. Frozen, Guru, Grogu, please stop. Yes, Grogu, stop it. Verhoff, you know what? Verhoff is going to be, I think he's going to be very good. He's just 17. It's going to take a couple years. And defensemen take longer to develop unless your name's Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah, he's incredible, Schaefer. Wow.
Yeah.
He's so special. Have you ever seen him play, really watch 3 or 4 games of him, Rev?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looks fantastic.
Oh, he is God, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm gonna go out and say it. He's this generation's Cale Makar. He's that good. I think he is unbelievable. He's gonna win a Norris one year over Makar. That's how good I think he's gonna be. He's unbelievable.
Yeah. I would take Unplugged says I would like them to draft McKenna first overall, let him cook one more year in juniors, and then tank for one more year and add a top 3 draft in 2027. Hey, that's fair. I don't mind that because people do want us to shut it down and Canucks to rebuild, Kelly says. If they pick in the top 4, management will ask AI and probably get a player that's not ranked. Hashtag Patrick White.
Patrick White. Nice reference. Well done. That's good. That's a great reference.
Okay, I mean the Canucks like Swedes, so I wouldn't be surprised if they go for Stenberg. You know what, guys? I don't think Stenberg's a bad pick. He's a very good player.
He's amazing.
So many people say don't pick him because he's Swede. I don't think that's good enough reason not to pick Stenberg. He's going to be a good NHL player. Is he going to be great? I don't know. Is McKenna going to be great? I don't know that either. So I don't think they're like Jacob's saying, it's not like it's Celebrini and Bedard and they're potentially generational players. No one's saying these guys are going to be that, but we are saying that they're good. We are saying that they're going to have good NHL careers. Are they going to have great ones? I'm hoping they do.
You know, what's fascinating, the thing about Stenberg in the World Juniors, if you guys want to talk about that, he had a better, I would say, overall, even though McKenna had the points, a lot of them was against weaker competition. Stenberg drove the play a lot better, but people need to be careful with the World Juniors, man. It's a different type of way of play. If you put a lot of the stock into the World Juniors, you might get kind of bit down the road, especially with some of these guys. So, and as for the defense between Verhoff and Reed, I have Reed a little bit ahead of Verhoff. I think both are going to be really good defensemen. I do think we do need a defense, eventually, but this draft is so heavy on wingers and really good wingers. And what happens with centers and defensemen, especially right-handed defensemen, every single draft? They go early, surprises happen, which means that our Minnesota Wild pick that we have, even though it's going to be in that 25 to 28 range or 22 to 28 range, whatever, in that territory, there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to be selected centers and defensemen that, are going to then elevate the winger or drop down the wingers, which means that we're going to have a chance to get a really good winger in that first round draft pick. Or if the Vancouver Canucks want to be brave, and I really hope they go out and do this, if they make the Sherwood trade and get another second and third rounder, you package that Minnesota Wild pick, you package a couple of second rounders, yes, a couple, because there's a player I'm really targeting, and that's Malhotra. You go out, you package the Minnesota Wild first, a couple. I know it's heavy, I know it's pricey, but you packaged it and you go move up the top. If he gets, I don't know where Malhotra is going to go, probably in that 10 to 15 range, and you have a chance to get him. You get him, and you leave the draft with McKenna and Malhotra, or you leave the draft with Stenberg and Malhotra, and that would be a slam dunk, in my opinion. That's how I would do it, personally, because we're going to be bad for a while anyway. We're going to draft in the top 5, top 10 for the next couple seasons pretty obviously. We're going to have more opportunities, so I'm really high on Malhotra, so that's what I would do.
I like that. Justin says, don't think McKenna is as good as Bedard or Celebrini. That's what everyone's saying. A player like Will Smith or Logan Cooley, yeah, those guys are really good. Tank for Dupont. Okay, food for thought. Stenberg is 5'8" and 154 pounds.
I don't think so.
No, he's bigger than that.
5'11". I actually just did a draft show with Dave Hall. I think we had him at 5'11". Let me just double check this. Yeah, so he's 182. So he's 6 foot, even though this is not that update. I heard he's a little bit shorter than that. So, but he's around that 6 foot range. He's 180 pounds, give or take. So Stenberg is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at some of the things here. I like to use Hockey Reference. They're pretty good. Stenberg. Oh, I don't think he's even on here yet. Stenberg. Anyways, doesn't matter.
I think McKenna's a little taller, actually. I think he's a little taller than Stenberg.
Yeah. Okay. Angel says Stenberg. Dell says Canucks. Rutherford.
I have it here. It's updated. I have it straight off the website. 5'11", 100. Oh, sorry. So stupid. That's Otto Stenberg.
Right.
so dumb.
I mean, they're still growing. That's the thing, right? So.
Yeah, okay. He's 5'11", 6 foot, around that 100 and 180.
And so what's McKenna?
Gavin McKenna is loading for me. Give me a sec. They have him listed at 6 foot at 170. And Elite Prospects have him listed at 183 centimeters at 170. Yeah, same.
Justin says Malhotra is going top 7 for sure. Wow.
Possible. Yeah, I can see it. Malhotra's trending up right now, and Lawrence in the 2 games hasn't had any points for BU. I'm not saying that's. I would, if he doesn't score for 2-3 weeks. Okay, I'll be worried. I'm not worried yet. I'm not in that range, but people really like Malhotra. Like, they think he's gonna fly up the standings in redrafts, like in when they get a little bit further into the season with the rankings.
He's 10 pounds heavier than McKenna. Settle down says. Okay. Okay, getting Stenberg or McKenna and Malhotra would be great. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. I would take McKenna. He is a future 100-point player. We don't want to live the nightmare of Juolevi Kachuk mistake. Yeah, I was so mad when we drafted Juolevi over Kachuk. I wanted him badly. I mean, obviously it would have been better to get Matthew Kachuk. It still sucks that he's not in Calgary for them, but yeah.
I was in the building, not with the draft, but the Canucks had like a house party thing, whatever, inside Rogers Arena. I was in there when they said London Knights, and everybody's like, woo! And they're like, Juolevi, and everybody's like, woo! That was a tough day.
Okay, so 59 minutes, man. We went an hour. Hour.
Sweet.
Thank you so much for being here. Again, everyone, give Doodle Hockey a follow. He does a great job, does tons of content, and thanks for being on tonight.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, Rev. Thank you, everybody in this community, for hearing us chit chat some hockey and predictions and all that. And thank you so much for all the shout outs and kind words, Rev. I appreciate it. So hopefully we could do this again in the future if you'd like. And I had a fantastic time.
No problem. Okay, I'm gonna hit promo and call it a night. So thanks everyone for being here. Hit the like and subscribe, and thanks. It was a good conversation. We'll see you soon, and we play tomorrow against the Ottawa Senators. They are right now a very big mess, so I'm predicting the Canucks are going to win tomorrow, and we can't lose them all. So that's where we're at. So
I don't know. Well, we're gonna go on a late season heater.
Yeah.
You know that. So we gotta pile these L's early, right? Because we're winning the last 7 games of the season. So it's coming.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Have a good night, everyone.